Greetings investors, this is TruthTube, where we expose the truth on the scams on the market. Today we're looking at Pacific Tycoon. For those of you who are not familiar with Pacific Tycoon, they are what seem to be a scam company who claim to lease containers, those being shipping containers, out to the world at your expense. There's reports that in fact there are no containers. This is a company operating out of Asia that will take your money and appear to initially give you a return and then give you nothing in the end. Here we are on their website. We can see on the home page that they have a fancy picture with lots of shipping containers that they claim they lease out. How it essentially works is that you pay for containers, you'll put a big cash sum forward, and then they say that they'll give you a return on it. This is what really happens. They will initially put you on a contract where you can choose to be high risk or low risk. If you're high risk, they'll return about, they say, 12% fixed. So if you put in, for example, you put in $100, you can't, the containers start around $3,000, but you put in, to keep the numbers easy, you put in $100 and every month they'll give you $12. Now, speaking from first-hand experience, what actually happens is for the first X months, that being 2 or 3 months, they do actually pay on that money. They'll give you a fixed rate of $12 per $100 that you put in every month. Now, if you go on the high risk containers, it'll be up to 30% per month, but there's no guarantee on that 30%. So in my experience, I sort of hedged my bets where I did half the containers at 12% fixed and half the containers at 30%. And in the first 3 to 4 months, they actually paid. They did pay. Like a true Ponzi scheme. It actually paid, so you thought that you were getting what they promised. And what actually happens is that after 3 or 4 months is that they'll call you and they'll say, hey, we've got this deal happening in China or Egypt or somewhere, and because they've gained your trust, you will get conned into transferring your contract into something that has fine print that essentially says we don't have to pay you anything. So if you can lock in on the 12% contract, well, initially they paid, but it's very high risk, low return. And if you get on the high risk, not guaranteed return, initially they will pay you, but then you will get this phone call where they say, hey, if you transfer over, because you've gained trust, we'll do a better deal for you. And then what happens is this. They pay you nothing. So here are actual income statements from the company. Now check out these returns. This is on a $22,400 US investment, and you can see the returns for the months after they tricked me into going into this new deal is 1.63%. That real return you want to look at here is $1.95. So on a $22,400 investment, they were giving me $1.95. Next month, 1.7%, again $1.95. So if you think $1.95 on a $22,000 investment is good, I think you need to reassess what is good for investment. In my opinion, this company is very, very, very dodgy, and you need to avoid them at all cost. Let's go to the next month. The next month, 1.56%. A monthly return, $6.30. That's off all 7 containers with a $1.89 return. So that $1.89 never actually made it to my bank account. And the reason why it didn't make it to my bank account is because it's lost in international fees. So essentially, off a $22,000 investment, I got 0. So they say, and we'll go to next month just for argument's sake, you can see in the next month 1.5%, a return again coincidentally of $1.95, which to my account was 0. And the reason why it's 0 is because the transaction fees won't allow it to come to my account. That you can't do international transaction fees of $1.95. It's just lost into the abyss. So on a $22,000 investment, the return is 0. Now, what they actually say you can do as part of their scam is that you can sell out at any time. Now, of course, I said, let's sell out. And they don't. They delay, and then they try and scare you by saying, well, you know, if you sell out, you'll have to pay a penalty fee. And you work out, say, well, look, if I'm getting $0 per month, any penalty fee is worth it because I'll just take it. And then they delay and they delay. And then you'll have some crazy lady call you up and say, hi, I'm from the buyback department. And she'll lie to you. And when she lies to you, she'll make out that, in fact, well, the containers are on contract. So the game I just played with these people is that the containers are on contract, so we can't sell them until the end of your 3-year contract. And then they even throw it in your face and say, well, hey, you made money in the first few months, so no, you're not actually losing money. But on a $22,000 investment over 3 years, if you make a few grand in the first few months, that's about a return of 3%, including inflation. So if you believe a 3% return on any investment is good, I would recommend you just put your money in the bank, put it in a term deposit, and you'll make the exact same return. This company is high risk and super low return. They antagonize the client, and if you push it too far, they'll actually scare you. Some lawyer will come to you and write to you and say, hey, you shouldn't actually put any you shouldn't take this any further, otherwise we're going to take you to court. So they're actually bullies as well. So is Pacific Tycoon a scam? I think so. And should you stay away from them? Absolutely. Could you put your money in better places? You could put your money in a term deposit and sleep at night knowing that you've done so much better. You could buy gold, you could buy silver, you could buy crypto, you could buy anything other than working with this company that seems to be in China or Hong Kong. When you push and ask for a refund, they keep shifting the goalposts. They're extremely rude on the phone when they know that you're onto them. And if I were you, I would not have anything to do with this company. I want to hear your feedback, guys. Let me know if you've had any experiences with these scammers. And I say scammers in my opinion. Perhaps some people have had some good returns, but from my experience, I would never have anything to do with this company ever again. And on TruthTube, we expose the truth. This isn't on rumor. This is on first-hand experience. We've presented the actual statements that show a return of 1%, far beyond the 12% that they say. It's totally not worth it. The company is, in my opinion, a bully. They try to intimidate by bringing on their lawyers. They delay the selling process. They don't get back to you. They'll call you up and try and get you onto another contract. They won't deliver on what they promised on, and they are not to be involved with. All right, team, leave your comments below. Happy investing, and I'll talk to you next time.